Good afternoon to everyone here today. I'm Tia and I'll be talking about social media, the pros and cons. It's obvious that the children around the age of 10 start asking for phone and social media, but why? Well, research shows that social media is a powerful tool for social connections. Teens use it to stay in touch with friends and families, and for some, it provides a sense of belonging and community. Although this might be controversial, social media can be quite educational. Many young people discover new hobbies through platforms such as YouTube or TikTok. These platforms can also educate teens and help them improve their hobby. Teenagers also use these platforms to express their passion and offer creative outlets such as music, art, videos, and writing. By doing this, it helps them build confidence and express themselves with people that share the same passion and enjoy the same things. Personally, I thoroughly enjoy watching TikTok dances and actual dancers performing because I'm a dancer and enjoy watching other people express themselves the way I do too. And finally, these platforms can raise awareness. Teenagers today are often more socially aware of the dangers happening in the world because of the global conversations happening online. I'm going to use an event that happened not long ago, the Charlie Kirk incident. And although I don't check the news, opinions and beliefs are on these platforms that inform viewers about Charlie Kirk. It makes people form their own beliefs about the topic. Now, let's consider the challenges of social media. These challenges are also some of the reasons why the ban is coming up. One of the biggest issues of social media is mental health. The constant comparison between yourself and others can create a low self-esteem and contribute to anxiety and depression. The E-Safety Commissioner in Australia reports that cyberbullying is another concern. Instead of bullying people in real life, bullies often bully people through unknown accounts without thinking they can be tracked. But there are so many bigger things that happen when cyberbullying gets too far. When online bullying goes too far, it can really hurt someone emotionally and make them feel like they don't matter. Being picked on or embarrassed all the time online can make someone feel alone and hopeless. Sometimes it gets so bad, people might think about hurting themselves or even ending their lives. That's why it's so important to stop bullying early and make sure people know they're not alone. When sextortion happens, it can really mess with someone's mind. It makes people feel scared, ashamed, and like they have no one to turn to. It can get so bad that some people think there's nowhere out, and it can lead to serious consequences, even suicide. That's why it's so important to speak up, support each other, and make sure no one must go through it alone. When teenagers get their phone, they often abuse it by excessively scrolling. By the continuous action of this, it can reduce sleep, disrupt focus, and take time away from schoolwork or if regular regulations are not put in place by their parents. These are some of the reasons why the social media ban is coming up. Now, a lot of people don't want their child to have social media for one reason. Why? Predators. Safety. I completely understand. One of the downsides of Snapchat is one of their features, Snap Maps. It basically can give your location to friends on Snapchat. This feature often freaks parents out, so they don't allow their child having it. Although, in the settings of Snap, you can change this feature to make your location turn into ghost mode, where only a couple of people can see your location or no one. There are creeps on almost all of the platforms, I can't deny, but there are ways you can avoid interaction with them, such as complete randoms adding you. Well, it's completely your choice to add them back. When another Snap user sends a friend request, they can't immediately start chatting with you. You must accept them first and vice versa. But this also just works with people you don't want to add either. Personally, I have about 50 people sitting in my requested page I don't want to add or I just don't like. Now, let's talk about TikTok. TikTok is a platform with engaging content videos and creators, sort of like YouTube. Yet, just like YouTube, the algorithm and what comes up on your For You page is based off what you search, like, comment, and repost on. But even with the algorithm in place, disturbing videos can still be shown to the user without warning, such as the Charlie Kirk video that has been shown to me and my friends without consent. But TikTok is mainly an entertainment app with fun dances and challenges you can do with your friends. Now that I've rolled out the facts, here's my opinion, especially on the social media ban. Personally, I know there are adolescents out there that abuse social media by using it in the wrong way, such as cyberbullying other children. Yet that is only a handful of children that use social media irresponsibly. Instead of punishing all teenagers, I believe that the parents should educate the child about the dangers of social media. By building a strong relationship with their child, it creates an open and safe space for the parent and child to have an educated talk about social media while the parents bring up their concerns. For example, when I asked my parents if I could have social media, my parents and I talked about if I was going to be respectful or not. And personally, I knew that I wasn't going to do anything bad on social media, so I allowed my parents to check my phone whenever they want, which they haven't. But this was only possible because of the relationship between us. My parents gave me more trust. But I can admit, when I first got social media, I excessively scrolled in my bedroom for days. I would always wake up tired because I didn't get enough sleep, and it made my parents concerned. I was practically glued to my phone, and it took me a good wake-up call to realize. The parents in the room might notice the words of, "I'm coming," or "I'll be out in a second." Yeah, let's just say my parents were familiar with that. So, instead of completely taking away social media from me, my parents set out some rules. For example, putting my phone at a designated time at night. Now, I'm not telling you how you should do it. I'm just telling you my experiences with the challenges of social media and how my parents monitored it, without punishing me fully and taking it all away from me. This is what I believe the government should realize. Let's be realistic here. Telling kids that they aren't allowed to have social media is just making them sneakier. For example, I have a friend who's not allowed social media, but her sister bought her a phone without her parents knowing. They will still have it, but just not tell you and go behind their parents' back. You wouldn't want that, would you? It's better just to talk about the dangers of social media and your concerns about it and decide to meet in the middle at a reasonable age. By talking about it, it creates a relationship built with support, trust both ways. Now, I have just described a perfect way to overcome this, but what about the children and the parents that don't have this relationship? Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm grateful for the social media ban, because it prevents children from going on social media when they don't have anyone to turn to about their problems. Overall, social media isn't entirely good or bad. It offers connection, creativity, and learning about the teen and learning, but when the teens don't know how to use it properly and safely, it can become dangerous. I believe that the social media ban is punishing teens that haven't done anything wrong, and that the parents should monitor their child's actions on social media. But I agree that isn't the case for some kids and parents, and it may be difficult to communicate with one another, which can result in further actions such as hurting themselves or even taking their own lives. These real-life examples make me believe that the social media ban can be good for the mental health of some teens. Now remember, I'm not making a decision for you, but stating the pros and cons of social media and my opinion. My name is Tia Godbold, and that was my idea of social media through the eyes of a teenager. Thank you.